Here is everything you need to know to master the camera on the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus. Welcome everybody to Apple Insider. It is Andrew here, and I'm going to show you every tip and trick that you need to know to master the camera app on the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus. I'm going to be demoing this on the iPhone 15, but everything that I show you here will apply to the iPhone 15 Plus as well. Now, if you have a fancier iPhone, maybe you have the iPhone 15 Pro or iPhone 15 Pro Max, I have a whole separate dedicated video that shows you even more tips and tricks to take advantage of the Pro cameras on these models. So go check that out. It is linked down below. But otherwise, let's go ahead and dive into it. How to master the camera app on iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. So here we are with my iPhone 15. I'm in Apple's stock photo app, which is where I'm going to be showing you all of this different tips and tricks today. So to start, let's look at the basics of how to take a photo. Now, of course, you know the shutter button here at the bottom. Just press it, boom, you've taken a photo. But what you may not know is you can actually use the volume up and volume down buttons located on the left side of your iPhone. If I press the volume up button, took a photo, press the volume down button, we took a photo. But if I press and hold that button, you can see it's going to start recording a video. So there is a video being recorded, and same thing, volume down button, press and hold, recording a video. But what's cool, if we go into settings, you can use the volume up button for burst. So let's go ahead and toggle that on and go back here to the camera app. Now, if I tap and hold the up button, it's actually capturing burst photos. So those are photos right now. And if I tap and hold the bottom one or click and hold the bottom one, it's moved here and recording a video. So really easy way to capture burst, video, and photos using the physical buttons on your iPhone. Aside from those volume buttons, there's also a cool trick with the shutter button here at the bottom. If you tap it, it takes a photo. But if you tap and hold, it enables what's called QuickTake, and will start recording a video for you. So here we're recording a video, and it's going to record as long as I'm holding down this button. Once I let go, the video will stop recording. But if I want to keep recording, I can tap and hold, and then swipe here to the right. Now it's going to lock in, record this video until I hit the red square at the bottom of the screen. This is really cool, but it comes with one caveat. So it's going to capture in this 3:4 ratio that you would in normal photo mode versus in actual video mode where you have the larger 16:9 ratio or 9:16. So just keep that in mind. You're actually capturing at a lower resolution when you use QuickTake, but it's really handy when you want to capture a video in the moment and you're already in the photo section of the photo or the camera app. While recording a video, whether here in QuickTake or in the video mode, you may notice this little white circle here at the bottom right-hand corner. That actually allows you to take a photo during that video. It's a little still frame of that video. So it allows you to capture video and photos at the same time. It won't be a live photo, one that moves, but you have the video. So hopefully you should still be okay. Then when you're done, tap on the square to stop. By the way, when you're recording this video here in QuickTake, you can actually slide forward with your thumb and adjust the zoom levels. It's really handy if you want to be able to zoom in one-handed, just another really cool little feature here of QuickTake. Another thing with QuickTake, instead of tapping and holding and swiping to the right to record a video, if you pull to the left, you're immediately going to start capturing burst photos. So pull to the left for burst photos, pull to the right to lock in video, or just tap that to take photos. iPhone 15 technically has two cameras located on the back. There's an ultra-wide lens and your primary wide-angle lens. Your ultra-wide lens corresponds to that 0.5 times zoom here on the phone. Then there is your 1 times zoom, that's your main wide lens, but you may be wondering what that new 2 times lens is. See, this isn't an actual physical camera located on the back of the phone. Apple is just cropping in the 48 megapixel sensor, giving you still a 12 megapixel full resolution photo, without having to apply digital zoom. So you're still getting optical quality zoom at 2 times, which is first for the iPhone basic series, like in this case the 15 and 15 Plus. It's easy to move between these modes just by tapping the little circles, or you can pinch on the screen to zoom in. But pinching can be a little tedious, especially if you are trying to hold your phone and keep it stable at the same time. What I prefer to do is use this little scope wheel that appears at the bottom. Just tap on any of these little dots and you can swipe left and right and open up this little flywheel that allows you to adjust the scope very granularly. it'll automatically jump to preset limits like this, the ultra wide lens at 0.5, the 26 here at 1, and all the way up to the 52 millimeter for 2 times zoom, but you can all the way go to 10 times digital zoom here. So it's really nice that you can also get anywhere in between, 3.1, 3.5, whatever it is, you can get into that zoom. When you're done, just pull down and it'll release that wheel, or once you're in that wheel, you can just let it go for a moment and it'll release itself. Whenever you need to get back to the stock numbers, just tap on those little circles again at the bottom and it'll jump to 0.5, 1, and 2 times zooms. Let's look at some more navigation parts here of the camera app. On your lower left-hand corner, you can jump to the gallery. This is basically the Photos app, though all photos won't be shown if your phone is still locked, like if you access the camera from the lock screen. On the right-hand side, you can flip this around to the front-facing camera. Hi, there I am. Turn it back around the other way. At the top, you have a few different controls by default. So you have your flash icon here for just auto or off. We have our night mode option here, which is just kind of stock at this point, but you can turn it on or off. Then on the right-hand side, we have our live photos. Those are the ones that move. I love leaving this on, especially for families and pets, because you can really capture the moment. Then you have this caret here in the center. Tapping that, it'll pull up all the different controls for the camera app. So we have more controls than we did than above. For example, for flash, you have on, auto, and off instead of just auto and off. For dark mode or night mode, you can actually adjust how long. So if it's really dark, like if I cover the lens there, it's actually going to increase the duration. You can leave that on. Now it's up to 3 seconds, but it can go all the way up to like 30-second exposure if it's really dark and your camera is stable. But it'll automatically adjust that duration based on how stable your phone is, like if it's mounted or if you're holding it in your hands. Tap that to go back. We have live photos, auto, on or off. We have photographic styles, so these you can adjust to their standard, rich contrast, vibrant, warm, and cool. So you find one that you like. I like vibrant a lot, so you can come down here and adjust things like the tone as much as you want. You can adjust the warmth as much as you want, and then when you do, it'll go ahead and apply that style to all the photos that you take. If you ever need to, you can hit the reset button to reset back to the default settings for that photographic style. Once you go ahead and done that, you can tap on the icon to go back to our controls here. So after styles, we have our aspect ratios, 4:3, square, and 16:9. We have our exposure adjustment. You can adjust this up or down in the shot. You can also tap and hold on screen to lock in things like your exposure, and then you can swipe your finger up and down to do that manually. But you can also do it here from this tool tray. Then we have our timer option, so off, 3 seconds or 10 seconds. And then we have lastly, our different filters that you can apply. These can also be applied after the fact. Just to kind of point it out, you can also swipe left and right here to go between the different modes. So video, cinematic, slow-mo, and time-lapse, and go to the right to go to portrait mode or panorama mode. A couple more things I want to point out. Let's go ahead and look at video mode. So here we are in video mode. You can still apply things like the torch for the light, but you also have this new icon here for action mode. It does require a little bit more light than your regular videos, but this allows you to really move your phone around and shake it, and you're still going to capture an incredibly smooth shot. It's really cool. I played with it with my son, with our pets outside, and I'm shocked at how stable this always gets my footage. So I love using action mode here. Just make sure that you turn it on. You also need to notice these here at the top. These are different settings for your resolution. So you can change between 2.8K, HD, or 4K depending on the mode. So in action mode, it goes up to 2.8K. And then you can adjust your resolution or your frame rate. So we have 30 seconds, 60 seconds are our two options here. Again, change it to 4K. We can do 24 frames, 30, or 60 in that case. So it always depends on your mode. And if you're going into something like slow mode, then you can do, here's HD at 240, or you can drop down to 120 frames per second. So a few different options there for video. A couple different settings I wanted to point out really quick. So you can record your video, you can preset what resolution you want for video, and you can also turn on things like stabilization, action mode in lower light, and HDR. If you're going to share this with someone or you want to edit, sometimes turning off HDR can be good, but otherwise it makes your videos look a lot brighter. Go back, we can change our slow mode default resolution, but again, you can do that from the camera app. Cinematic mode, again, all the way up to 4K at 30 frames per second. That gives you that depth of field when shooting in cinematic mode, kind of like portrait mode, but for videos. We have formats here that you can adjust, so high efficiency is what I would recommend, and you can change your photo mode by 12 or 24. For me, I leave it at 24 megapixels. Going back, Stereo sound is on, volume up for burst. We can also turn on things like grid or level, which is really handy when you're here inside of the camera app. It'll tell you if your video is actually, or your photos are level or not. So I usually leave level on. It gives you a little level right in the middle of the screen. And as you tilt your phone, it'll pop up and tell you if your photo is actually level before you shoot it. But that's it. Those are everything you need to know about the camera app here in the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Plus.